I done messed around and got myself caught in the rabbit hole. And it's y'all fault. Known about both of them for a while. Always respected the craft. I said, because my people want me to dig in, I'm going to dig in. I'm going to do one. Did one. It's like, whoa, hold on. Committed to doing the second one. Was like, oh. And now I can't leave it alone. Now I can't leave it alone. Listen, a gift is a gift, no matter where it comes from. Now I myself got to check it out. So here we are once again. Let's go. So, like I said, y'all, I was already a fan of both of these guys. I had already been familiar with both of their music. I wasn't like in depth. I didn't know everything about them like some of the fans do. But after my last couple of reactions, it was suggested to me by, a couple of our subscribers that, you go a little deep, dig a little deeper into the rabbit hole. And one of the songs that was suggested is the one that I'm going to be doing today. And when I tell you that after doing the last two, then, digging into a couple of songs that I had already heard, I went back and kind of listened to those from a different ear, from a different perspective, and was like, damn, I should have been doing this. So now with this one that I'm doing today, I'm like on pins and needles, ready to get to this one. So y'all done messed around and started something. You done lit a fire. I got to keep going. Got to keep going. Thankfully, they're going to be giving us new stuff on the regular for me to dig into, but that's not going to stop me from checking out some of the older stuff. So this song we're doing today is one that's been suggested to me quite a bit since doing the last couple of reactions. This one is called Baggage. It's the first song that Chris Webby did featuring Ren. I know on the last reaction that I did, I kind of questioned whether whether it was, the group that they were building was something that's been, developed for a while, whether they had already done projects before, because like I said, I wasn't that deep in. So now I know that what we're hearing now is the first official, full project they've done together, but they have worked together before. And thanks to you guys pointed me in the direction where I could find something that they'd previously done together. So when I found this, I was like, I owe it to y'all to listen to it with y'all. Before I do today, there's a couple things I want to say. First of all, I cannot, in good conscience, start this reaction or say anything about this song without first showing love to Chris Webby and to Ren both. Let me explain. One of the things that we do here as reactors and as content creators is we try to bridge the gap between music that we think is valid, music that we think that's worth it, and y'all, the listeners. Now, most of y'all have already heard some of the stuff that we do, but every once in a while, we get the opportunity to introduce you guys to stuff that you've never heard before. We're kind of like, you'll hear all of us say sometimes like the modern day radio. With that being said, we run into a complication most of the time when we trying to share new stuff with y'all because the labels don't like our relationship with y'all. Labels aren't really fond of the relationship that we have with y'all. So a lot of times when we do songs that we think are valid and that y'all deserve to hear, we have problems with getting that material to you. I've recently done a couple of reactions where those have gotten immediately blocked. So you'll never see those videos. And oftentimes when those videos do go through, most of the time we don't get to monetize those videos. So, the thing that a lot of the people that aren't content creators or that aren't reactors in this space don't understand is we spend a lot of time. We spend a lot of time putting together these videos for you guys, in the craft of just analyzing and listening to lyrics. At least I know I do. because I like to try to give you more than just me sitting here bobbing my head and telling you how good I think the song is. I like to try to give you some context, at least from my perspective as well. So we spent a lot of time recording these videos. We spent a lot of time going back and editing to make sure the audio is good for you guys, to make sure that the video is good for you guys, and that you're going to get a decent product every time that you guys see us. It's not perfect, but we try to give you the best quality that we can. So the recording, the editing, and then the uploading and the, creating of graphics and all the things that go into making sure you guys get something that you want to spend your time going to check out. There's a lot of time that we put into investing into that. Most of the time, we're not allowed to monetize that work. So we're doing it because we love doing it. And I, for one, genuinely love spending time with you guys. Like I said, I was an artist for most of my life, songwriter for most of my life. And even now, my love and my passion for music, I sit and listen to music all day long anyway. And me and Diva you have said on a previous episode that when we first started this channel, we did it just because we wanted a platform where y'all could just join in on our everyday conversations. We're going to do it anyway. It's just a little bit more work as far as the editing and recording, but the conversations and the listening to music, that's going to happen anyway. This is turning into a long and drawn out thing, so I'm going to narrow this down by saying every once in a blue moon, artists like Webby and artists like Ren come along who actually understand the space and respect the space and show love to the space. The way that the creators, we're adults. We don't need pats on our back, but it's nice every once in a while for, them to say, hey, we appreciate you. And that was done in the form of, most recently, I got to give props where props is due, which is why I'm sharing this with y'all. We always put in our videos, you can click the thanks button below any of our videos, if you want to contribute to the channel, or we have our Cash App, or we have our PayPal in the description if you want to contribute or donate to the channel, or you can just go to the merch store, and maybe check out some of the merch that we have there, because of the fact we can't monetize both of our videos, most of our videos. But the most recent video that I did with Chris Webby and Ren, the Instigators video that I just put up a few days ago, I put up that video, and that video was marked as unable to monetize, which was no big deal to me, because that's part of that goes along with the game. You know what I'm saying? I knew that that's what it was. Most of the time, that's what we deal with anyway. So we weren't able to monetize that video, or I wasn't able to monetize that video. Can I tell you that not even 24 hours, this is how solid these guys are, and why I will respect and forever, as long as I have a platform, will highlight and review and showcase and push their music to y'all. Within 24 hours of me releasing that video, that claim was released from my video, and they made it available for me to be able to monetize that content that I put up for you guys. So I want to say thank you to Chris Webby. I want to say thank you, to Ren. I want to say thank you to JP. I want to say thank you to Foundation. I want to say thank you to the whole entity that allowed us as a creator, not just me. That's huge for any creators out here that are covering their music. To know that there's artists out there that actually understand, respect, appreciate, and collaborate with us for wanting to show our love to them. So I'm gonna end it there. Just major shout out, y'all. I just wanted to tell you that I appreciate that, because it feels good to know that your work is not done in vain and that they respect you the same way that you respect them. So with that being said, today we're going to go ahead and dig down this rabbit hole called Chris Webby and Ren. And we're going to go back to their first collaboration in the song Baggage, my first time hearing it. So I'm looking forward to it. Before we get started, if y'all like this video, please make sure that you hit the like button. If you're not already subscribed to this channel, make sure you hit subscribe. I'd love for you to hit the notification bell. Stay on top of everything that we're doing over here, because we definitely going to keep it coming. We cover all kinds of music over here, but I'm definitely going down this rabbit hole. So let's get right on into it. All right. I'm gonna enjoy this one. Purgatory Pub. Purgatory Pub. You know, before they get started, one of the things that I love about them so much is that when you like check into one of their songs and you watch a video, especially, I love the fact that they actually care as much about the visuals as they do about the lyrics to the song or as about the song as a whole. Like they actually, this is one of the reasons why I'm starting to fall in love with these two guys, man. They care so much about the artistry, about the craft. You listen to the way that they write the lyrics, listen to the way that they construct the songs, listen to the instrumentation and the thoughtful stuff that they put into making that be an experience in itself. And then when you look at the videos and stuff like that they put together, when they put together their videos, they don't just have two guys standing outside somewhere with a microphone in their hand, bobbing their head or whatever. They actually put together a cinematic experience for you. So this could be a silent film. This could literally be a silent film, where there's no lyrics whatsoever, but you could go on a whole ride just by watching the visuals without the lyrics. That's a craft. That's a craft.
Falling by the wayside with these habits I keep shaking. New jeans with the same old baggie in my pocket.
Just so y'all know too, I'm gonna go ahead and let the whole first verse play through, and then I'm gonna go back and give y'all my take on the lines, because I already heard a line just starting this song and I know that I'm gonna get carried away. So I'm gonna let it go through and then I'll go back so that way we can listen to the first verse in succession.
Trying to find a way, but ain't no way back where I've gone. New me with the same old baggage in my closet. Can't save me, y'all. They say I'm lost. I can't even start to count all of the days I've lost. After nights of losing count of all the drinks I bought. Self-medicating just to get the weight all off. Only starts with a shot, then it's 4 in a row. Next thing you in the bathroom, scoring some blows. See, it is what it is, and it's all that I know. But I'm getting to a fork in the road. I know the way it's been, I take it in. Feel I gotta start learning to pray again. I try to wash away the sins, but they like tattoos on my skin. I've been sitting here scrubbing them, trying to cover them, but I'm stuck with them, struggling, drunk and stumbling, while I'm juggling habits that are both the cause and the cure of my suffering. I know it's becoming a little troubling. Falling by the wayside with...
Yeah. My bad, y'all. I gotta go back. I gotta go back. He got me. They got me. They got me. It's y'all. I blame this on y'all. This is y'all fault that my brain is doing what it's doing right now.
Falling by the wayside with these habits I keep shaking.
He said, falling by the wayside with these habits I keep shaking. He didn't say these habits that I'm shaking. He said the habits that I keep shaking. Means this ain't the first time. I keep doing the same shit over and over again. It's a never ending cycle. He's saying this ain't new. This ain't new. I keep doing the same dumb shit.
New jeans with the same old baggie in my pocket.
New jeans with the same old baggie in my pocket. Same shit.
Trying to find a way, but ain't no way back where I've gone. New me with the same old baggage in my closet.
Yeah, he said new jeans with the same old baggie in my pocket. New me with the same old baggage in my closet. He basically saying this. I just keep repeating the same cycles. I may look different. I may come out of this, looking different than I looked last time. But trust me, I'm dealing with the same shit. I know I'm gonna end up right back in there because I didn't get rid of the baggage. I still got the same shit on me. And the way that this dude, I'm getting a feeling about this dude right here. I don't know. He gives me like a dark vibe, the bartender does. But the way that he smiled and shook his head, It was like also, when he looked at Webby, it was like giving the reference like he's a regular here. Like that's the visual that you get. Like he's a regular. Like, it's just you again. The way he smiled and shook his head and started cleaning out the glass. He was like, yeah, this you back.
Can't save me, y'all. They say I'm lost. I can't even start to count all of the days I've lost.
That's clever to me, the way that he used that one word to give you like 3 to 4 different meanings. Y'all paid attention to that? He said, can't save me, y'all. They say I'm lost. They say I'm lost. They say I'm too far gone. They say that there's no saving me. They saying there's no help for me. I'm out there. You know what I'm saying? They say I'm lost. Then he says, can't even start to count the days I've lost. So that could have 2 meanings in itself. Can't count the days that I can't remember. I can't tell you how many days then got by me where I've been blacked out or where I don't even remember what happened that day. I can't count the days that I've lost. Or he could use them in a time reference. I can't count the number of days that I've wasted. And I can't get that time back. You know what I'm saying? So you got 3 different meanings in that one word right there, where he's saying, I can't count the days I've lost. They say I'm lost. Like that's creative writing.
The nights of losing count of all the drinks I bought. Self-medicating just to get the weight all off. Only starts with a shot, then it's 4 in a row. Next thing you in the bathroom, scoring some blow.
That line caught me the first time. That is so creative to me. And I was like, oh man, only they would think of something like this. Okay. So he says self-medicating, trying to get the weight all off, right? Which is a reference they use when they say you drinking or popping pills or getting high or whatever. They say he self-medicates so he doesn't have to think about his problems. So he doesn't have to think about the stress or the pain or the sorrow or any of that kind of stuff. So I'm self-medicating, trying to get the weight, this heaviness off of me. You know what I'm saying? All the weight of all my bullshit off of me. But here's the clever part about it. Don't they make a shot in Hollywood with all these different celebrities and stuff like that now where they get this little pen or whatever it is shot and they shoot themselves in the thigh to help them lose weight? How clever that shit is right there. And it brought it all home for me on the next line. When he said self-medicating, trying to get the weight all off, it only starts with a shot. Come on. Because they take the shot to lose weight, self-medicate. Bruh. Clever as hell. I'm gonna go back though, because he said another line after that, but that one caught me.
Then it's 4 in a row. Next thing you in the bathroom, scoring some blow. See, it is what it is, and it's all that I know. But I'm getting to a fork in the road.
He said that getting to a fork in the road, that just made me think about the song they just did, The Crossroads. Come to the fork in the road. They clever. I wouldn't be surprised if that idea was a callback to their first time working together. And this also, I want to also reference the fact that when he said it only starts with a shot, then it's 4 in a row. Also at the same time while they playing pool. So it starts with a shot. Then it's 4 in a row.
I know the way it's been, I take it in. Feel I gotta start learning to pray again. I try to wash away the sins, but they like tattoos on my skin. I'm
gonna let that play, because to me that's the dopest and most damn line in this verse. Let me let this go just a little bit longer, because this all tied in.
Wash away the sins, but they like tattoos on my skin. I've been sitting here scrubbing them, trying to cover them, but I'm stuck with them, struggling, drunk and stumbling while I'm juggling.
Okay, I'm gonna stop right there. The rest of it still meant something too. That one right there was so dope to me, because he said, I try to wash away my sins. I'm trying my best to wash away my sins, but they like tattoos on my skin. It's like they won't go away. Every time I turn my head, whenever I see myself, I got to see those sins. You know what I'm saying? They like tattoos. They here, they're not going anywhere. So every time I look at myself, I see the effects, and I see, what I've done wrong. You know what I'm saying? They like tattoos on my skin. But then he said, I've been sitting here scrubbing them. I've been sitting here trying to get rid of them. I've been trying my best trying to get rid of these tattoos, trying to get rid of these sins, trying to get rid of this stuff that I've gone through or the stuff that I've done to myself. But he said, trying to cover them, but I'm stuck with them. That was so, man, that made me think. Because if you don't think about how dope that is, he said, they like tattoos on my skin. I've been scrubbing them. They ain't coming off. They're in me now. They're soaked into me now. They're there. So I can't scrub them off. You know what I'm saying? What do you do with a tattoo? If you're scrubbing a tattoo, you got a tattoo on, you know that tattoo ain't coming off. You know what I'm saying? So what does a person do? This tattoo I got on my neck right here, it comes from here all the way down my chest. This tattoo started with a simple line right here that I had done when I was a teenager. And then as I got older, it was something that I was kind of ashamed of and I didn't want on my neck no more. So what I do? Got a bigger tattoo to cover it up. Most of the time, when we do something wrong, what do you have to do? You know what I'm saying? In order to make you forget about that one, you got to do something worse next time. You got to make you forget about that. To make that go away, you start compounding and making the problem bigger. You know what I'm saying? He said, I tried to cover him. But the irony of that whole thing is the same thing with this tattoo. Even when you cover it, underneath this tattoo, the original tattoo is still there. You just can't see it. But it ain't going nowhere. So he said, I've been scrubbing them, trying to cover them. I'm stuck with them. Because just like that little tattoo that I got when I was a teenager, even though you see something else, don't mean that's gone. Bruh. So no matter what I do to try to cover up or try to hide the fact that this is wrong about me, it's still there. I'm still dealing with it. It ain't gone nowhere. I just covered it with something bigger. Bruh, that is bars.
Habits that are both the cause and the cure of my suffering.
Habits that are both the cause and the cure of my suffering. That should be self-explanatory to most of y'all. All of us have done shit in our day where it's like 90% of the time, the reason my life is the way that it is because of the stuff that I've done that have created this pattern in my life. But those things that I've done are the things that help me forget about the consequences of what I've done. So I don't stop doing them. I just keep doing them so that I don't have to think about the fact that my life is fucked up. They're both the cause and the cure of my suffering. They're the thing that got me here and they're the thing that's keeping me here. But they're also the thing that helped me forget that I'm here. Bruh, shit. So, y'all did this. I told y'all at the beginning of this video, y'all fault. If you got to hear me rambling about these bars, it's y'all fault. Y'all started me on this journey.
You know it's becoming a little troubling. Falling by the wayside with these habits I keep shaking. New jeans with the same old baggie in my pocket. Yeah. Trying to find a way, but they...
I also noticed too, hold on. So that, I'm going to get back to that. Because I think there was something else significant that happened in the visual that I just recalled.
No way back where I've gone.
But I think that's dope right there. When I was looking at that the first time, before I stopped it the first time, I seen that dude that sat over there at the bar and he seen her sitting there struggling. He seen her having it hard. And he came over and seen her on the phone and he closed her phone up as the kind of like, okay, we finna stop this right now. And he got his hand on her hand. You know what I'm saying? As if like, hold on. Nah, we ain't finna do this again. I got you. And like, I like the fact that it was somebody else who was in the bar drinking himself. So obviously he was dealing with something. But instead of sitting there and acting like he didn't see somebody else struggling, he got up to come over and help someone else. I thought that was dope.
Knew me with the same old baggage in my closet. Bloody red mud, they whisper and murmur. How did rain get here? Nature or nurture? I nurture my nature. Divine misbehavior, reaching for a bottle, thought the spirit was my savior. Chopping on my brain cells when I'm reaching for the part. But part's the only shot I got to stop this ticking clock. Tick tick counting down the minutes till that something in me pops. And resurrects a disconnect that helps me self-destruct. And when I'm down on my luck, wasted, brain dead, vacant, faded. I get wasted, you get brain dead. Mind so vacant, I'm so faded.
No
wasted,
way.
another line, brain dead. Feeling so vacant, leaving on faded. Complicated, in-house patient. Wasted, brain dead, vacant, faded. Tripping with my back against the wall. Caught inside.
No, there's no way. Bruh. Y'all got me addicted to these two now. They are my baggage now. Damn it.
Bloody red mud, they whisper and murmur. How did rain get here? Nature or nurture? I nurture my nature. Divine misbehavior, reaching for a bottle, thought the spirit was my savior.
So this video is like a year old. So I'm sure that the diehard Ren and Webby fans, I'm not telling y'all nothing y'all don't already know. So I feel kind of stupid trying to tell you what I think about these things. But can I tell you how creative and how dope that line was right there? Or that whole bar was right there? But I know y'all already know what it means. So I ain't finna tell y'all nothing new. But I gotta say it. I gotta say it though. He said bloody red murder. They whisper and murmur. They killing me. There's people out here talking about me, trying to kill me, trying to slaughter me. You know what I'm saying? They killing me with the shit that they saying about me. It's bloody red murder. They whisper and murmur. How did Ren get here? Is it nature or nurture? These are questions. These are questions from the outside. They are saying, this is him saying, they're saying, they killing me by talking behind my back, whispering behind my back and saying, how Ren get like that? You know what I'm saying? Is this how he was raised? Or is this just how he was born? Is this just him? Or was he taught to be like this? You know what I'm saying? Is he a product of his environment, or is the dude just this? That's just who he is. These are questions they're asking. The clever part was then he turned right around and answered the question. I nurture my nature. Means both. I am a product of where I come from. And I've also taught myself, because of some of the stuff that I've been through in my lifetime, I've nurtured myself to be this dude. This could also play into just the music scheme. You know what I'm saying? How did Ren get to be who he is as an artist? How did he get so successful? How is this independent guy making such an impact all around the world right now? How is this independent guy acting like he pretty much has a label, you know what I'm saying, behind him? Because you can't tell the difference because of the success that he's having. How did he get here? You know what I'm saying? Is it just a product of the environment, or is it nurture? Is he building this thing organically? And he's saying, I nurtured my nature. God gave me this gift and I've been working on it. I've been working endlessly on this craft to make it better. I'm here because I deserve to be here and because I work to be here. So this could be dark and a light scenario that he's talking about right here. I don't know which way he meant it when he said it, but I'm saying it. It's a funny part with me as a writer. When I listen to songs like these, it's funny because I can tell you what I think. You know what I'm saying? Because as a writer, I can take what he said and I can tell you what I would have meant if I said that. Or I can tell you what comes to my mind when I hear those words. But it could be completely 180 from what he's thinking. And the irony of a good songwriter is that I can write a song that says one thing to you, one thing to you, one thing to you, and one thing to them back there, one thing to me, and one thing to them over there. And no matter who it reaches, no matter what you think it means, you're right. Because that's what it meant to you. That's the gift of a real songwriter, is I can write a lyric that can reach anybody and can mean what anybody needs it to mean in that moment. That's dope. That if you can't love that, I could go into a whole little argument that I have all the time about shit like that. But this.
How did rain get here? Nature or nurture? I nurture my nature. Divine misbehavior. Reaching for a bottle, thought the spirit was my savior.
I love how he played into that divine misbehavior. But I'm just going to simplify that line, the 3 words that he said: divine, spirit, savior. He said divine misbehavior, reaching for the bottle, thought the spirit, which is what they call alcohol sometimes. You know what I'm saying? The spirit was my savior. I thought me being drunk all the time was the thing that's going to save me from having to deal with all this pain. That's dope. The way he played that. Divine, spirit, savior. That was dope.
Popping on my brain cells when I'm reaching for the part. But part's the only shot I got to stop this ticking clock. Tick, counting down the minutes till that something in me pops. And resurrects a disconnect that helps me self-destruct when I'm down.
Now that line right there, when it played through the first time, that line is what made me do like this a little bit, because I don't know, and maybe y'all can help me. I don't know, has Ren ever dealt with, I didn't look into this yet. I haven't gone that far into the rabbit hole yet. It's just been purely music. But has Ren ever dealt, or Webby ever dealt with like any serious like drug addiction, like besides like alcohol, smoking weed or something like that? Have they ever dealt with any like cocaine, heroin, stuff like that? Because to me, that whole bar right there is a cocaine and heroin reference. I could be off again though. I don't know what he meant by that, but coming from where I come from, I came from the street. So when I hear stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? And then you go back to the beginning of the video when that dude came in and he had the tracks in his arms. When he held his arm up and he had the tracks in his arms. Plays into that bar right there. You know what I'm saying? Where he said chopping the brain cells, reaching for the pot. Chopping up reaching for the pot. The pot has a specific use where I come from. If you know, you know. But that could mean something different than what he's coming from. You know what I'm saying? From what he's coming from. But then he says, hold on, I want to make sure I don't mess that up.
Bottle, thought the spirit was my savior. Chopping on my brain cells when I'm reaching for the part. But part's the only shot I got to stop this ticking clock.
Yeah, okay. So that just helps me out with my argument even more, even if it's wrong. You know what I'm saying? Reaching for the pot, the shot. You know what I'm saying? The pot's the only shot. You know what I'm saying? So he's chopping it up in the pot. Get your needle. The only shot that I got to stop this ticking clock. It's almost to the point to where, like, you may be, I don't want to say the word, but you may be thinking it's time for it to be over for you. You might be thinking, I'm done. I'm tired of all this. You know what I'm saying? Maybe if I do this, it'll make this go, you know what I'm saying? It'll make me end it. Because he said it's the only shot that I got to stop this ticking clock. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that's what he means, but this is the reference that I'm getting. So I'm getting like a cocaine, heroin. I'm getting needles. I'm getting this, that, and the other in there. And there's certain things that I don't want to talk about on this platform. You know what I'm saying? Just because I am not a therapist. I give opinions. I give my feelings and my thoughts on things. So there are certain things that I don't feel qualified to actually give a valid take on. I can tell you what I think, but sometimes what I think can be more self-destructive than actually getting the help people need. So there are certain things that I just won't talk about. I know I did a Dax video where I kind of took that personally and I shared my personal thoughts. But I try my best to stay away from certain topics. But anyway, the only shot I got to stop this ticking clock.
Counting down the minutes till that something in me pops. And resurrects a disconnect that helps me self-destruct.
Goes from the TikTok to counting down the minute till something in me pops. But you know, sometimes if you overdose on drugs, you know what I'm saying, your heart, you know, your brain can have an aneurysm, you know, something in me pops. Or he could just mean counting down the minutes until I don't know how much longer I can take this no more. I'm counting down the minutes till I just fucking snap. Like that could mean a couple of different things too.
When I'm down on my luck, wasted, brain dead, vacant.
This part is sick. I got to catch this. This part is sick. The way that he runs those, and then he has those underlying, you know, where he's kind of talking to himself. The part that was the coolest as hell to me in the video was the fact that if you watch his mouth, he's actually saying both parts. I don't know how the hell he's saying both parts because they overlap each other. But you watch his mouth and he's actually vocalizing both of those parts at the same time. That's crazy as shit.
Counting down the minutes till that something in me pops and resurrects a disconnect that helps me self-destruct. When I'm down on my luck, wasted, brain dead, vacant, faded. I get wasted to get brain dead. Mind so vacant, I'm so faded.
That's crazy as hell. I'm sorry. He is literally saying both of those parts. Respect, my guy.
A disconnect that helps me self-destruct. When I'm down on my luck, wasted, brain dead, vacant, faded. I get wasted to get brain dead. Mind so vacant, I'm so faded. Wasted, brain dead, feeling so vacant, leaving on faded. Complicated, in-house patient. Wasted, brain dead, vacant, faded. Tripping with my back against the wall. Caught inside a rising tide, I fall. Taken by the madness of it all. I'm falling by the wayside with these habits I keep shaking.
You know what I like about what I seen in this video? The ending of the video was dope to me because you got everybody that's in that bar and everybody came in there with a specific problem. Wait a minute. I knew I was getting some sort of dark vibe from this cat. I'm going to play it to the end to see if I'm right, because so far I think I'm right. But so far you've got everybody that came into this bar, everybody that gathered in this space, right? And everybody comes in there with their own set of problems, their own issues. But you got the guy that was sitting at the bar drinking alcohol. He gets up to go help the lady who seemed to be like she was a drug addict, prostitute, whatever it was. They came over, and then the two of them got together, and they keeping each other safe from theyself in that moment. And then you got the guy playing pool with the guy in the hospital gown, which is something that they've been describing throughout this video. You know what I'm saying? And then you got the other guy. You know what I'm saying? The other guy and the one gentleman, I can't off the top of my head, I'm sorry, but they all sitting there. It's like the whole group is basically they're being therapy for each other, kind of like an AA group. You know what I'm saying? An accountability partner is what they being in that moment. But here's the weirdest part about it. Ever since he went to go sit down with Ren, and that dude got up and walked away from the bar to go sit with the black woman, I ain't seen that bartender no more. Maybe I just missed him because I was so caught up in the lyrics, but I ain't seen the bartender.
New jeans with the same old baggie in my pocket, yeah. Trying to find a way, but ain't no way back where I've gone.
That one businessman, which could have represented a label person, but he got up and walked out with the briefcase, but I ain't seen that bartender. So it's kind of like he was which is why he might have in the beginning, he may have smiled when dude came in. He was like, okay, yeah, he back. I still got him. So he may have served kind of like the same role in that down the road version that we did. He could have served as the dark entity, the Satanistic person in this video.
With the same old baggage in my closet.
When you pay attention to the man, this shit is so dope. Just how Ren did with his verse, where he had the lines that were underlined, the other lines, and you heard Webby when he was doing his stuff and this, that, and the other. And then when you hear them do their music, it's like there could be 5 different songs in one song. Like, I know everything that they write has like a bass genre. They say, okay, we're going to start with this right here. But then you add in the instrumentation. He's always got 2 different guitars in the mix. There's an electric guitar, you know what I'm saying, and an acoustic guitar in there or whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. But there's multiple guitars in there. There's multiple different sounds, multiple drums. It's like when you listen to it, there's always like 3 or 4 themes all combined into one. Like, we're going to start with a bass, and then we're just going to throw a bunch of gumbo shit in there. We're going to cook us a pot of gumbo, and we're going to bring this shit all together. It's going to sound so good. It's like you have a hard time actually just saying this is what that is. I think Ren and Webby trying to start their own genre. That's what we're going to do. We're going to create a genre for them because they don't never stick to one genre. Wait, did Ren kill Webby? What? So they came out the bar together. They both had been sitting in there drinking. At the end, they show the EMTs over there. Ren sitting on the little cart, being looked at, and Webby, laying up against the airbag. So it's like they done went out drunk or whatever it was and got into a car crash, and he ended up, bro, what? And now they show him sitting in that bar at the end by himself. Like, bro, see what I'm saying? Which is why when he says purgatory, you know what I mean? Purgatory is a place that you can't leave, you can't get out of. I'm stuck in purgatory, which means I'm stuck here. I can't ever leave here. So even though all these other different things then came in and out, you know what I'm saying? And Ren then came in, everybody else then left up out of here. So that might be him, at the end showing all the different things that he's dealt with. And this is where it landed me. It landed me. It landed me dead. Now I'm stuck here forever. I'm stuck here forever unless somebody go Beetlejuice. Told y'all, this y'all fault. Y'all got to deal with me now. Hey man, listen, I love the way they do their stuff. I'm gonna go back like I always do and listen to it again. Please, thank y'all for going on the journey with me. Thank y'all for supporting. Please continue to share. Please like. Please subscribe. Please support. And keep sharing with everyone else and keep sharing music with me. Y'all done got me in this rabbit hole now, so y'all are in purgatory now because you got to go on the ride with me. All right, y'all. Till the next one. Love y'all.